So my name is Sue Pronko, and I'm a personal trainer here in Wakefield, and I started my own company called Focus Fitness with Sue. It was probably about 4 years ago. I was paddling the lake because I'm a big stand-up paddleboarder, and at that time I felt like I was the only one on the lake, and so I thought, gee, wouldn't it be great if we started some sort of race to actually bring people into the lake, inside. A lot of people walk around it, but not a lot of people use that gorgeous body of water that we have recreationally. So I thought, gee, if we started a paddleboard race, maybe it would bring some more energy into the lake to use it for something other than just walking around. So that's really how the paddle battle started. So we just had it this past Sunday, and it was our third annual paddle battle. So trying to get it started, it was a little challenging because I had this idea, but I wasn't 100% sure how to execute it. So I actually approached Rec and said, gee, would you like to do this? I have this idea. And Dan is really great over at the Wakefield Rec because he's open for anything and very helpful, very supportive. So we were able to sort of network together to try to come up with what type of vendors we could have, what would the event look like, and really every year we learn. I have a huge family, and so they were a great support group. Friends of Lake Quannapowitt help, like they help with volunteers, and I really felt like the whole community came together a little bit to really get this first one started, and then it's just grown from there. So it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. So it's interesting because the paddle battle draws a very varied crowd. I think when people either see it or hear about it, it sounds a little scary, but it is one of the sports, and I forget what magazine it was, it might be Outdoor Foundation report or something like that, was saying that paddleboarding is one of the most popular for first-time users because while it looks complicated, it is very easy to do. And so you get people that are really into racing, they have more of a racing board, they show up, they do a bunch of different races around Massachusetts and other places, but then you also have the recreational person that said, hey, I just wanted to try it. And then we've also been lucky where we've gotten people that have been just walking around the lake. They said, hey, what's going on? So it's really, people come down, they hang out, they have fun, they watch. You have people that are racing, people that are out in kayaks watching. So it really is something for everybody and a really great family event. I feel like the benefit to Wakefield is in the past we had been over by Vets Field and that was a little bit out of the way. So the last couple of years we actually moved around over to more to the common side, and that's really what anchors the town to some degree, with the lake, with Main Street, trying to bring more people in. There's plenty of parking down there. Try to bring people in to then do more things in town and realize, oh, I could hang out here. I can bring my dog, I can bring my family, they can play at the park. It's not just, oh, let me park here, walk around and go home. I really think that it brings people in and sees Wakefield more as a destination to do these recreational things. You have boating in Boston right there, so they have kayaks and paddle boards and a whole bunch of other things that people can rent to try to bring people in and get a little bit more activity, healthy things going on around the lake. It's still in its growth stages. It's only been the third year, so I'm hoping it will continue and each year just get a little bigger, get a little better. We bounce ideas off each other as a group. There's a whole bunch of ideas, which is really why I like the event, because people are excited about it. And so it's one of those things, never let them see you sweat. It really doesn't matter all the stuff that has to happen behind the scenes as long as it all happens and people have a great time. I think what's good is when at the end and people come up and give you a hug and say, oh, thank you, that was great. Like, that makes it worth it. Or someone who never tried before gets out and does it and comes back. Like, I feel like the more that we can get people moving and just doing other things and just being more healthy, I feel like that's a success. And so I'm one of those things, I can't imagine why everybody else wouldn't like it. It's just so much fun. And for me, being on that lake, that's the beauty of the lake. Being on the inside, looking at the trees, looking out, not being on the outside, watching all the cars go by you on North Ave. And so that's why I like it. It's exercise, it challenges your core, it's all about balance. And it's beautiful, it's serene, it's peaceful, and you get outside. And that's what I like it, and I love it. And so I would love more people to try it because it's so easy, honestly, I'll tell you that. There are actually a bunch of different ways that people can help and get involved. Like, for example, we had people that were volunteers on the lake and we put them out in kayaks and they helped us as spotters. So if someone wants to get involved to that level, awesome. All they would have to do is go to my website, which is Focus Fitness with Sue. My email is on there. And if someone wants to just, gee, I want to go see what it's all about, then just come on down. You can do anything. You can watch from the shore, or if you're a local business and you want to set up a table as a vendor because you think that's a good demographic for you, you can set up a vendor table. We can talk about that. There's so many different ways. There's sponsorships available. There's a whole bunch of different ways that people can get involved. Race or try it if you always wanted to try it. And I said this to people, you can come down, you could rent a board on your own, and paddle around the lake by yourself. Or you could come to the paddle battle, get a board, do that same thing with a whole bunch of people that are trying it for the first time too, and makes it a little bit more fun. You get this really nice t-shirt and a swag bag. Like, it's a great fun thing versus just going out there by yourself and giving it a try. You get to be, with a whole bunch of people.